So as we look at Jerami Grant and what he showed offensively in the preseason and maybe some growth into year two, we're going to start off with the three-point shooting, but we're not going to spend a whole lot of time there. One thing I did want to show is watch right here. This is a shot people talked a lot about last year where he catches the ball and doesn't bring it down. He just goes straight up, and he missed this shot a lot. And I just thought this was one I noticed in the Knicks preseason game where he catches, he doesn't bring the ball down, and it lets him get that release off quicker. I thought that was really impressive. That's something you want to watch for. And then also this, just off-ball movement. I know this one ends up being wide open, but just comes off, reads the screen well, defense is kind of out of place, but knocks it down kind of on the move right there. So the three-point shooting obviously is important. Want to see him continue to be effective, but what I really want to talk about is inside the three-point line, kind of going to the rim. And the first thing I'm going to look at is areas I think can still improve. And the first is him utilizing his left hand. I love him getting here, but right here, I think he's tall and long enough that he can go up with his left hand. This becomes a really tough shot and really contested trying to do this with his right, this little scoop hand shot. All right, underhand scoop. And you see he doesn't even really get it to the rim. Another one here. I like what he does here. He thinks he can go at Julius Randle. Perfect. Let's go. He creates some distance here, a little bit more open area to attack, gets in there. But again, and this is the one I really think he has to get away from. That's a tough shot, falling away with your right hand. That's just not a shot I think Jerami Grant's going to make at a high level. So I think that's an area where we really could see him improve, finding another way either to finish with his left or get down there, get on 2 feet, and be crafty with his finish. Now, an area where I think he's improved, and he showed it in the preseason, was his kind of decision-making down here. But again, there's still room for growth, as you know. So you see him get a little bit too deep with it and not finish. And then just always being aggressive. So we're going to see 2 transition clips here that look very similar. And this one, look, he's already looking to pass this ball. Like, I want to see Jerami Grant attack this guy. Like, again, this is part of like that next step. He was great last year. Can he take another step to be like a true all-star, a number 1 option, maybe even number 2 option? Okay. And in these situations, those guys are getting downhill and attacking. And you see him just kind of play to make the pass from the start. Now, what I loved is, even just in the preseason, a couple games apart, again, like I said, very similar situation in transition, and watch what he does here. Defender's moving. I'm just going to bully. I'm going to be stronger, more athletic than you, take the contact, and get to the free throw line, which is another thing I'm really interested to see Jerami Grant and how much he can do in his second year with the Pistons. But what I really loved seeing was kind of the pull-up game. So we talked about the 3, getting to the rim. Here, uses Isaiah Stewart, reuses, and just knocks this down. This is like that 3-level scoring that people like to talk about. If he can hit from 3, get to the rim, and then do this, again, as you kind of see the same type of action, pull up, knock down, 3-level scores are really, really hard to guard, as you know. And then creating for others. So I showed the clip earlier where he didn't make the right decision at the rim. But in these situations, you see he draws the defender and does a great job, okay, finding the cutting Josh Jackson for an easy layup at the rim. So I love this. If we can get teams starting to double him, running second guys at him, and getting open shots for teammates, as you see here, Philly doesn't execute it well, but draws a second guy, almost 3 guys, and finds a wide open teammate on the backside wing, Josh Jackson, and knocks it down. And then right here, this is why you have to run guys at him, as he showed in the preseason. You better run a second guy at him or he's going to expose you. So a little deeper here, right on the block, and this play was really impressive. I guess I knew that he was athletic and had this in his game, but you don't want to run a second guy at him. He's just going to take you down and he's going to dunk on you right there. Or in this clip, a little bit more in the mid post, not all the way at the block. If he's making this shot, guys, you have to run a second guy. Just rises up, shoots it over Niang, and knocks it down. So that's why he's going to force teams to double him or run a second guy at him. And then the very last aspect, again, I alluded to it a little bit earlier, is just drawing fouls. Like, I love him getting to the free throw line. He did a great job of it in this game. You see him attacking Andre Drummond, going right into his body. And so I'll be honest, I don't know what like the art of drawing fouls is, the way some of the best in the NBA do it, but I would love to see him incorporate that in his game just a little bit more.